Hello and welcome to Bits of Java. Let's talk a little bit about inheritance and the basic idea behind it. So I've got open here a really simple Android application called a button clicker. I click the button and the score goes up. Now, this screen on an Android device is called an activity. So basically, every time you see a screen on your device from any app, you're opening what's called an activity. But my activity does something a little bit different than what a regular activity does. My activity, when I click the button, it increases my score. So that's specific to this one particular application. Now, if you look at the top code here, it says public class main activity, which is this one, extends AppCompat activity. The AppCompat activity, that is something that Google built as a basic activity that will run. If I were to run a basic AppCompat activity, there would be just a blank screen here. But what AppCompat activity does is has a lot of things kind of built in. For instance, when I click the back button, that's going to go ahead and close the app, and I've got this other app behind it. If I were to go ahead and let me move this down a little bit, Alt Insert, and override methods. The AppCompat activity does a lot of things. Like it says, what do we do when we start the activity? What do we do when we stop it? What happens when we press the back button? So if I start typing in on back pressed, right now my activity does whatever the superclass AppCompat activity says. But if I wanted to do something different, like I wanted to say goodbye, and then close the app, I can rerun that. So if I click back, it said goodbye right there, and then it closed. So the idea behind inheritance is if I already have a class that already does some good things that I want, like I don't want to figure out how the Android system can close an application and destroy the activity. I don't want to get into that. They've already programmed that. So I want to be able to use whatever the Google programmers used, but just add my own stuff on top of it. So this is where extending an activity helps. And this gives me, when I use inheritance, main activity inherits or it receives everything AppCompat activity has. It has access to all of its methods, has access to all of its variables that it needs, but then I can do more on top of it. So that's just the basic overview of what inheritance is all about. It's all about extending the functionality of a class and allowing you to take what's good about that class and then add your own things to it.